Hey there, greetings everybody. Want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here to do an episode of Favorites. That's a show I do every Wednesday night in which I give you a list of some sort. So this week is the final list of my 5 favorite debut albums, and the year we've chosen to do, or the year I've chosen to do this week, is 1978. So this will be the 4th and final episode of this nature for these ones. And we're going to move on to some other stuff next week and next month as well. So anyway, so my top 5 favorite debut albums from the year 1978. And the first one I don't actually own. I haven't been able to get it so far. I haven't seen it around, but I keep looking for it. Not just this one by them, but they've had 2 albums. I like both of them. Actually kind of like the second one better, even though instrumentally wise, this one is vastly superior. So this is the first album by UK, which features both John Wetton and Bill Bruford coming over from King Crimson here. And then you also had Evie Jobston and Alan Holdsworth. This is an all-star cast. I think Alan Holdsworth is absolutely extraordinary on this album. This is to me, I had never encountered him before this album. It wasn't that I didn't know about him. I'd heard of him, obviously, but I hadn't really gone into depth to study on him. And then Ben gave me this album one time, and I was listening to it. And his guitar playing is outstanding here. I was blown away by it. The whole album is really quite progressive in its nature, unlike the second album, which isn't really that progressive. But this one's really good. A solid debut album for the band. It's unfortunate that they only did a couple, and then they went on to John Wetton went on to do the Asia stuff, which was not that great. But anyways, that's my first album for tonight's pick. So we're going to do these in the way that I always do them, which is from my least favorites to my most favorite, or worst to first, or fifth to first in this case. So the number 4 album, the Dire Straits debut album, released in 1978. This is a very good album. I find this kind of a little bit jazzy. It's a jazzy album, but there's some bands I like their jazzy stuff, and this is one of them. Some bands I just can't, like the pure jazz or the really what I would call jamming kind of jazz, or pure jazz. I'm just not into those things. I don't dislike it. It's not like I hate it or anything. It's just not. It just doesn't do much for me, so I don't listen to it much. But this is a pretty solid album. Of course, it has the Sultans of Swing on it, which is one of the Dire Straits' great songs. So next up, we have the Police's album. Outlandos D'Amour. I don't know why I drew a blank there for a second. Anyways, some good solid stuff on here. This is a good debut album. I don't think it's their best album. I think they progressively got better almost right to the end. Like they were just getting better all the time. But it does have Roxanne, which is one of the outstanding rock songs of all time. Great track here. So Lonely is good. Can't Stand Losing You, another really good song. And some of the other stuff is pretty good. So deep cuts are pretty good too. Look how young they are, baby-faced here. Anyways, the Police's Outlandos D'Amour is my number 3. My number 2, the next 2 albums are, like, to me, much better than the other 3. And the top album is better than all 4 of them put together. But I like this one a lot. The Cars debut album. The first 3 songs on here are as good as it gets for the Cars. Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, and of course, Just What I Needed. Another absolutely killer track. And they've got, like, this album is basically a greatest hits. There's a lot of really solid stuff here. I like this cover a lot. It's kind of different. You don't see this as much. But fantastic album, the debut album from the Cars, as my number 2. Number 1, this is not going to surprise anybody. Van Halen's debut, Some would say it's their best album. Some would say this is a metal album. It definitely is bordering on that, but I still think of this as a hard rock album by a really hard rock band at this point in time. Top to bottom, no bad tunes on this album. Different eras for me. So the only one I never really liked much was Running with the Devil, which is the opening track. I think it just got way too much airplay and just burned out really quickly for me, and I just never got into it. Of course, you've got the Eruption, You Really Got Me part. That was one of my favorite tunes early on. Same with Ain't Talking About Love. So these were probably the two songs I liked initially the most. And then up came Jamie's Crying, which I really liked. Atomic Punk, great song. Feel Your Love Tonight. Yeah, that one's pretty good. A little bit poppy, but not too bad. A Little Dreamer, excellent. Ice Cream Man, very underrated. Fantastic tune. On Fire, and of course I skipped over the one, I'm the One. Great tunes. This is a absolute killer album. Outstanding guitar playing here. The vocals are good. The sound of the album is good. It's just hard rock at its best, and I think David Lee Roth is great on this as well. Yeah, there's nothing really weak on this album. Definitely got to be number one here. And so now, having done all my albums, giving them all, I'm going to give them to you in reverse, and then I'll give you some honorable mentions. So number one, of course, was Van Halen's debut album. Number two, the Cars' debut album. Number three, the Police's debut album, Outlandos D'Amour. And the Dire Straits in fourth, their debut. And last but not least, UK's debut album is number five. That's the one I do not have, but would love to have, to be honest. And then I'll give you a couple of the honorable mentions. That this next album, Rose Tattoo's debut, I like this a lot. I like all of the Rose Tattoo stuff. I don't own any of it. It would be nice to get it. I would love to find a box set out there that wasn't too rich on my wallet, that I could get the whole set. I would definitely buy it. If they don't have any of it at any of the local record stores, so I mean, I'd have to purchase it online, and I'd be willing to pay, but I don't want to pay. I don't want to go through my nose, right? The other album on here that was pretty close but didn't quite make it was Whitesnake's Trouble. I do like that album too. And of course, Molly Hatchet. If for nothing, the music is great, but the cover is the best of the covers, I think. So anyways, that's my picks for today. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to make any comments about the album or my picks, you can do that. Or you can just put your own picks down if you'd rather do that. You can do that too. And so this is the last of the 4 episodes. As I said, next week we're going to be doing a top 10. And in the month of December, I have a couple of end of the year favorite album rankings. So I'll do my 25 favorite albums off of my playlist. And then I will do the 25 top albums of the year for this year. 2025 is going to be a tough year. There's a lot of really good stuff out there. I'm hoping to get a few more before the time comes to do the list. I have to order them, but I got to pick my spots. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And sorry, I just want to shut that computer off. It's giving me a glare. Now I got the hiccups. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I look forward to seeing you all next week on Favorites. So take care, have yourself a good evening, and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.